Hey, good morning. Good morning. How is all my friends, the chain breakers out there this morning? Gonna get this out. It's always a little awkward here at the beginning, but oh, I think I'm gonna see it here. There it is. And there we go. Good morning, chain breakers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday. December the 6th, 2019. This is going to be a fantastic day because that's the way I choose for my day to be. Hi, I'm Brad Smith. I am your host for Chainbreakers 365 Live and the creator of hashtag Uplift and Rise. I want to welcome you in here today. Got some people have jumped on early. Laura Berman, good morning. Nate Banks or Net Banks, good morning. Good to see you guys. You guys are regulars, and I'm always glad to have you guys in here every single morning. This is the Christmas season, and it is so easy to remember Christ because at that time of the year, that's where we're focused, right? It's all about the birth of Christ. Is it that easy to remember? Because frequently life turns around and gets in the way, doesn't it? Hey, Terry, glad you're here. Terry Lapierre, glad you're on here. Frequently, Terry grabs the show right after it's finished, but Terry, I'm glad to have you on here live this morning. So is it always easy to remember who we are and walk our talk as Christians during the Christmas season? Yeah, sure, we go to church and it's easy to remember during that time period, but frequently during Christmas season, we're also running around. We've got Christmas parties, we've got all the shopping to do, there's a lot of baking to get done. There's a lot of folks that have got all those family traditions of the Christmas season. Mike Mills, Robin Cass, glad to have you on here this morning. So with all the stuff to do during the Christmas season, isn't it awful easy to get lost in all the activity and forget what it's really about? Yeah, we focus on and think what it's really about is about family and about sharing and about giving to each other. And to a degree, it is, because Christ was the perfect example of giving giving his life for us so that we could have everlasting life. So Christ was the perfect example of giving. Even on the birth of Christ, the wise men, the shepherds, everybody came to give gifts to the king, right? They came to give honor and give gifts to the king. But one thing they didn't see all the Christmas parties. They didn't see all the baking. They didn't see all of the hustle and bustle and buying gifts. That didn't happen, right? There weren't all the Christmas parties. The party was the one that took place in the manger, right? So, hey, Jeremy, glad you got on here this morning too. So what I'm going to talk about this morning is to keep our focus, keep in remembrance of who and what it is that we're actually honoring during the Christmas season. There's a lot of times at Christmas. I'm one that is involved with the worship team at church. I enjoy being able to sing worship songs at church. And during the Christmas season, we start migrating and bringing in a lot of Christmas carols during the Christmas season. And I love singing the old Christmas carols. One, because I'm much more familiar with them. I've been singing them all my life, right? I'm totally engrossed into those Christmas songs because they're so familiar to me. Doug Chitrin, Dougie Fresh, glad that you're here. Janine Hinkleman, glad you're here this morning. So it's easy and it's fun. And it's exciting to be able to sing Christmas music because it's so familiar. So isn't or shouldn't that same familiarity and the remembrance of what Christmas is all about be with us also during the Christmas season? But what do we really see? Everybody is rushing into the stores and they have to get that a really hot gift for the grandkids or for the kids this season. And I probably ought to ask my son-in-law because he's big on trying to make sure that the latest gift he's giving to his kids, see what the big hot gift is this year. My guess is, and I don't know, but my guess is with Frozen 2 just coming out, it's probably something from Frozen 2. It's probably some of that licensed um, merchandise. But hey, if your parents or grandparents and drop it in here. I'd love to know what it is. My guess is my son-in-law's already got it, but I'd love to know what it is this season. But frequently stores are running out. They're running short on inventory. They're running out of things, and certainly during Black Friday, everybody is knocking people out of the way to get that great buy on that TV or get the latest phone or right. We tend to forget what Christmas is all about. Why is it that some people seem to need the latest TV every single year, right? So maybe what it is we need to do is take time to stop and remember the season. Now I keep repeating that, so I don't want to keep doing that again and again. But what I want to do is one way is talk about the ways to keep focused. One of the ways I keep focused is indeed in my morning journaling. It's in my gratitude journal. It's in writing down the things that I'm thankful for. It's in writing down the things that I'm thankful for every day. And without failure, every single day, number one on my list is my God. It is my God. And in keeping focus on that gift that he brought to us, in focusing on what he does for us and keeping my focus on him every single day, it helps me to remember how to be able to walk the walk as a Christian, because I'm focused every day when I start off. Number one, focusing on my first gratitude is for my God. Oh my goodness, Terry, your granddaughter wants a 65-inch? Thought it might be Frozen. Does Frozen have a 65-inch? So let's talk about keeping our focus on God. Because how is it that we can truly walk as Christians? Well, one way we can do it, and I'm making sure that I'm doing it every day, is I'm stopping to say, Merry Christmas. Make sure that you reach out and greet somebody with a smile today and tell them, Merry Christmas. If somebody told me Happy Hanukkah, I wouldn't be offended. Somebody said, wished me some way and based on their belief, that's fine. That's what it is for them. And I don't have a problem with them wishing me good fortune during their season. So why should somebody be offended because I say Merry Christmas to them? That's what I believe. And that's what in my movement in doing, that's what I want to try to get done, is just wish good tidings upon people. Hey, Becky Buckles, that's a new name, Becky. I don't know that I've seen you in here before. Welcome. Glad to have you here today. So as we go forward, another way that I always do is make sure that I stay true to my integrity. So in doing that, it's also about not losing my cool. A lot of people are going to cut in front of you and take that last parking place. They're going to maybe cut you off in traffic. Everybody's going a little bit crazy. And man, I'll tell you what, on the highways right now, there are people driving nuts because they got to get somewhere. They're late. They need to do what they need to do, right? But, when you start your day in gratitude, you don't let those problems bother you near as much. When you start your day in gratitude, your mind is on the positive, not on the problem. Your mind is on the opportunity, not on what can drag you down, not on the setbacks. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that those setbacks take you back. I'm not talking about those setbacks are going to knock you off your feet. They can. They absolutely can. But when you're focused on gratitude, the problems don't seem near as big. The problems don't seem like they're overwhelming. Let's face it, when we all have a bad day, in a lot of cases, those bad days do come. But you know something, when those bad days do come, they don't ever seem to be near as problematic as they used to. Because let's face it, are we really having a bad day? Or are we having a bad 5 seconds or 5 minutes that we then let drag on all day and ruin our mood for the entire day or for the next several days because it bothered us so darn much. Does it really need to do that? Because it was done in that 5 minutes. We were the ones that let it continue. But what would be there if we focused on our gratitude, we focused on the positivity, we focused on all the good things that are really there? Because really, realistically, those good things, and for those of you who are practicing gratitude journals every day, you know what I mean. You're seeing good things happen every day. All those little tiny deposits of positive things are actually filling your emotional bank account every day. But you know what happens when we absolutely dwell on that negative? The door gets slammed shut. We don't even see it. We don't even recognize it. You know, when a child smiles at us and hands us something nice, maybe a picture that they've drawn, maybe it's something that they've done, or hands us a cookie, right? That child is giving out of their heart and out of their love. Why wouldn't that just overwhelm us? Because they're giving what they have to us. Sometimes it's just taking time to choose joy, to love one another during the Christmas season, to focus on each other. And maybe what we can really find is that this can actually be the best Christmas season we've ever had because it's what we tend to focus on. Being that person of integrity, being a person that walks your talk, being a person that as a Christian, anybody that would come your way to tell that off-color joke would stop and look at you and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to offend you." Not because you said anything to them, but because suddenly they recognized that you bring a different spirit to that environment. Hey, Wanda, glad you've joined us in here today, too. So, my friends, as we go forward today, as we interact with one another at work or in the stores, maybe it's at the grocery store, and I know a lot of times this time of year, it's frequently we're making several trips to the grocery store every week. Maybe it's even decorating for Christmas, and we're running to the hardware store to get more batteries, to get more Christmas tree lights, to maybe last year's tree didn't last near as long as what we thought it would. Maybe it's just in all that Christmas decorating that we need that extra trip to be able to reach out to one another and get the things that we need to celebrate and have the memories for Christmas that we need. Terry, I'm so glad you made it in here this morning. Haven't seen you on here for a while. I'm glad to see you here. Terry Collins, awesome. Just glad, so happy to have you. So, my friends, as we move forward and you are creating those family traditions, somebody asked me, and I'm going to stop just a second because I want to repeat something that happened earlier. Somebody asked me earlier this morning already, what was my favorite Christmas memory? Now, I've got a lot around the Christmas season, but I had to really think about what was my actual favorite Christmas memory. See, you have an opportunity this year to set back or set aside the thought or the focus of all of the activity and focus on the memories that you're creating. Here's your opportunity to make this year the best Christmas memory you've ever had. So, my friends, as you go to create those situations this year, as you go to create those memories, as you go to create that opportunity to pour into your family, take the opportunity this year to make this the best Christmas ever. So, here was my memory. So here was my favorite memory, because when you and my youngest children are now roughly about 20 years old. The last two are only 21 months apart. And when they were little, it was so hard to ever get any wrapping done around them. So we just kept shoving things up in the top of our closet, right? So all of the Christmas wrapping ended up taking place on Christmas Eve. One year, and I don't know why it was that it took us so long and lasted so far into the night, but we didn't get done wrapping for Christmas until 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. And sure enough, wouldn't you know, that year the kids woke up at 5 a.m. Come on, Mom, come on, Dad, it's Christmas morning. There was no way we wanted to get out of bed that early. So somehow we were able to get them under the idea that we were going to just share some Christmas cheer and snuggle in bed together. And we just climbed in bed together, and sure enough, all of us fell back asleep for another hour and a half. And we woke up able to really go out and share the surprise of Christmas morning all together. My friends, I want to thank you so much for being here today, sharing in your Christmas memories and in mine this Christmas season by being here part of Chainbreakers 365 Live. We're on here every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm also on here for those of us who are in the car business. Brad Smith, the original Car Smith, is on that business page at Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. I look forward to seeing you next Monday here for Chainbreakers 365. And until then, go out and have an absolutely fantastic Christmas season. Make the memories now for yourself that will last a lifetime. Thanks so much. And we'll see you Monday morning for Chainbreakers 365 Live. Bye now.